mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. They'll go again with Robinson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4 is now 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here for Robinson. And he's going to take this past the 45, and that's good enough for a first down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Two first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's caught left side by Pitts. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Penix. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. That's Carl Granderson in there to record the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I don't care what defensive strategy you apply here on 3rd and real long, Mike, but you have to tackle in space. They almost let this guy pick up enough after the catch to convert a 3rd and real long. Fortunately for them, they brought him down just short. Brings up 4th down.
whose kick is good. And the Falcons are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. And their quarterback is the all-time leading passer for the Raiders, Derek Carr, the veteran.
He spent a lot of time, Mike, over these last couple days speaking to the media, and the thing that jumped out to me was just how confident he was in his team's preparation ahead of today's game. Now, only time will tell or not whether it makes a difference, but if his confidence is any indication of how they're going to perform, this could be a tough team to beat.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Carr working out of the gun. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. In the shotgun, it's Carr. The left side into the hands of Olave. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Falcons offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Play action. It's Penix. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Cedric Wilson back to receive. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. So just a lone field goal in the 1st quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Olave, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
Now, 2nd down throw from Carr. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he will go all the way. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Saints.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. He's got it. The Saints move out to a 7-3 lead.
Falcons 3.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Ray McLeod on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons offense ready to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu from the secondary on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Penix. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Third and long. To throw is Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Saints offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. But now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Now Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Carr now on second down. Throw right side to Olave.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Here's Carr. That's deep for Olave. Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
It's not often like that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Falcons offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. First and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Past midfield to the 45. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They're going to go play action with, oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Pitts is the man in motion. On second down, here's Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Carr to throw. This one is caught by Jawan Johnson. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, second and a yard. Now, Carr. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
In motion is Hill. Carr from the gun on third down. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Carr. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Second down, Carr. Is caught downfield. It's Shaheed. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A huge play just before the half. 39 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. They'll run here with Kamara. Good blocking, and he's in. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Groupie able to add the extra point. And the Saints extend their advantage to 14-3. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. McLeod now to return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's Bijan Robinson and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and They were able to stop that play really before it got started.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
It is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we hit halftime with the visiting Saints in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. We just watched a solid first half from the veteran running back, Alvin Kamara. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Saints offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Tackle made by Nate Landman. Here's 2nd and 6. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
First down throw for Carr. This one complete to Hill. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle to the 5-yard line.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Second and goal. In motion is Hill. Again, it'll be Kamara. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Groupie able to add the extra point. The Saints move out to a 21-3 advantage. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Now Penix to throw on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate the call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on third down. Brings up fourth, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Carr. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he'll be taken down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have first and goal. Valdez-Scantling on the move. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's into the end zone yet again. Alvin Kamara, touchdown New Orleans. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And make it a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
On comes Blake Groupie for the PAT. His kick is good, and the Saints stretch it out, leading now by the score of 28-3. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Avery Williams on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Falcons offense ready to get back at it. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
On the give, it's Robinson. Uh-oh. And a good, hard run. He would not be denied. Surging forward to pick up 8. Here's 2nd and 2. And here's Bijan. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, here is Penix. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Rookie from Washington on target with that one. It is a 1st down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They face 2nd down and 7. From the gun, it's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they get 5 on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Now Robinson. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. A give, and here comes Robinson. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. They run over center with Robinson. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Penix. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. The Saints offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. On 1st down, they'll start out with Kamara, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll go again here with Kamara. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He was brought down by Mike Hughes. He's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. Carr working out of the gun. Shaheed with the catch. 17 yards on that connection. 1st down, New Orleans.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
A run here with Kamara. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down. So this one a win for the visiting Saints. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. They held the other guys to just a field goal, that's all. And that defensive unit was the driving force in this victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.